we talk a lot about paper heavy processes in the insurance industry these days, which obviously apples and oranges from what you all are doing, but they're both fruits. There are some similarities. And as for someone out there in the audience that's thinking about automating parts of an underwriting process or a claim submission process, what are the steps that you would recommend for them to get started as they think about that automation and that process management?
Yeah, I think when evaluating any opportunity, it's really understanding what makes sense to automate and what doesn't, and what steps of the process are ready to be automated. I think too often we tend to have the association that automation's an all or nothing game, and that if it can't do 100% of claims processing, for example, then it's not valuable. And even though you may dissect that and say, we're saying that it's not feasible because of this 10 to 20% of the process that's just really complicated, or that we could build in to the initial scope, but it's going to increase our timelines by several months. And maybe there's not the initial appetite to fund a project that long to see the return off of it. So I think it's having that mindset of being willing to understand that automation and any type of change is a journey, and it's a means to an end rather than accomplishing everything at once. And if you're able to come in and say, this process is ripe for opportunity, it's ripe for automation, maybe we only do 50% of that process as a wave one to just prove out the approach, prove out the technology that we're looking to implement, and then can add on incrementally 10 to 20% more of the process at a time where it makes sense as enhancements. And if you only get to 70% of the end-to-end process automated, but you're saving significant time for the team overall, then realizing that that's a win. It's not getting to full automation. It's about how you create incremental value and how you ensure that you're realizing that value as you go through and deliver a segment of that process.